Okay, here I am, back in my project room here. Project room 1, I guess you have to call it. Basically, it's my master bedroom. Half of it is full of all kinds of radios and stuff. But, what are you looking at me for? So, what I was doing is I went back to an old project I started a long time ago. It was this one here. It's a regulated power supply that I got from Antique Radio Supply. No, Antique Electronic Supply, I should say. Okay. So anyway, that's what it is. That's model number and all. Yeah, I finally got around to doing working on this some last night. My eyes just, some days are better than others. So I figured, well, I've got my magnifier here, so I can pretty much see everything. And yeah, some days I just can't hardly even focus. So I don't know why. I have no idea. Other than that, you know, I normally see fine anyway. It's just close up. It's kind of like things kind of blur on me. So, but anyway, yeah. So I was working on that last night, and mostly a bunch of diodes. You have to put a whole bunch of them in there for all the different voltages. And let's see, it's got, well, 22 volts, 45 volts, 67 volts, 90 volts, and 135 volts. And all those voltages are needed for the battery radios. Like the one I have is a 1928 case radio. And so I still don't even know if that one works. I found out when I bought that, apparently that was at some antique radio club, and they did restore part of that. So, because the way it looks, I mean, internally it looks like it's in perfect shape. So, but I've also put a bid in on an Atwater Kent that was made in 1926, and then I found another one, kind of a more obscure one. It was made in 1924, but it's not an Atwater Kent. It's a different type altogether. But it's a TRF radio, or tune radio frequency radio. These others are, you know, the Atwater Kents, a lot of them weren't really tuned radio frequencies then. Some were regenerative receivers. So anyway, so I have bids on both of those. One's going to go 8 days yet, and the other one still has another 3 days to go. I'm still high bidder on both of them, but those change all the time. So I'd probably need a supply like this for those as well. But so we'll see. I don't know. And then I also do have a project coming. It is a, well, actually it's one that they remade that Radio Shack used to come out with, and it's a regenerative receiver. It's on a board. It uses transistors and I think one IC, so there'll be some wiring to do on that one, and that should be here in a couple of days. So I figured, well, I better start clearing some of this stuff out so I got some more room to work on this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I've done in this one so far. I've got a few more parts left to go to finish it up though. Now I got to get the dog off my lap. There he goes. Let's see if I can get you over top my chair on the way. And see if I can get you over the top of my magnifier. Let's see if you can see anything. Alright, let's see here. And that's the section I was working on there. Can't get much closer on this tripod. And that's about it. I don't know if we can get any closer. There. Anyway, the diodes, you had to do these diodes. They had to be from anode to cathode, all the way around. You had to get them all lined up. So you had to make sure you have all the diodes lined up in the right direction. Otherwise, you're not going to get any DC for any of these. So that's what all these were for. Just going from here to there, all the way around. Let's see. Yeah, these guys here. Maybe I get a pen for a pointer. These are going to be for some of the capacitors are going to go here, and a couple of resistors. And there's not much there. Actually, this is the bag. There's the parts that are left to put in. A couple of diodes still. Another transistor, and there's another electrolytic cap and a regular capacitor. So not very many parts left. So hopefully I should be able to finish it up. What you can see, there's the main transformer. And let me get this out of the way so you can see the whole thing with no problem. I'll pop it up out of the way. And now you get another view of this. The whole thing. The whole enchilada here. Alright, so there. Now that's the whole thing. So yeah, it's getting populated pretty well. And looks like it's still going to take me a little bit of time to get it done, but the idea is making sure that I don't mess up any of this. It's kind of tough sometimes. So anyway, there you are. That's what I'm working on. I'll try to get rid of this so I can make room for something else. That's going to be it for now. See you guys later.